All right. All right, I'm ready. Who do you want to start with?
We can just work our way down. We can start left to right.
I'm at which side? AFC, NFC? How do you want to go?
Left to right.
Left
That
to
would
right.
start with Texans and
All
Chargers.
right. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Texans and Chargers. I don't know
Stroud
if
has
you're
been
looking at
on.
my screen.
No, I'm not.
Okay. So I have, you remember, I always do two separate brackets.
For what you want to happen and what you think is going to happen.
Correct. That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I have two separate brackets.
Okay.
All right. So what I want to happen is every year I always want the same championship in the AFC, as I want the Chiefs and the Ravens.
Okay.
So
Because that would mean that you go to the game.
quite possibly yes. Quite possibly yes. So I think I want the Chargers to win this game or the
Okay.
Texans. Actually, the result of this game does not matter for me.
So you're going to pick the Texans.
The result of this game does not matter, but no, I have to pick the Chargers because Texans are
Really?
from Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go with the Chargers because Texans are from Texas.
Yeah, I gotcha. For the want, for me, Chargers are my second team. Go Harbaugh. Go Herbert. Uh, that's an easy Chargers for what I want to happen.
Yep.
And for what I think is going to happen, I do also still think it's going to be the Chargers. The Texans, more specifically, CJ Stroud, has not, he's been in a slump, especially compared to last year. He has not been the same player. Their offense overall has not been as electric. They lost a big piece a few weeks ago. I think his name was Bell or something. I can't recall his name. But lost a big name at wide receiver, at least for Stroud to use. Chargers have the best defense in the league in terms of point differential. Not point differential, in terms of points against. I think this matchup does favor the Chargers, and yeah, I for me the seeding number doesn't really matter here. I do think the Chargers are a better team and that they'll take care of it.
I'm not sure which one I think is a better team. So what I want is I want the Chargers to win because I don't like the Texans. They're from Texas. Um,
That's fine. I'm just going here.
the what I actually think is going to happen, I'm not sure. Because, if the Texans decide to show up, then there's a good chance they could win. Or if the Chargers defense does not show up, there's a good chance the Texans could win.
Right.
So, yeah, I think this one's a coin toss. In all fairness,
Okay.
I think this one is a coin toss, and that really either team could walk away with a win here. I mean, this is not going to end up with a huge upset either way.
I I do think that either team can win here, but I do think the matchup itself heavily favors the Chargers.
I'm not sure. I'm going to go with the Chargers here again in what I think will happen. Just because I'm not sure it'll matter for the Texans
Okay.
either way. I just don't think it'll matter either way. All right. Ravens and Steelers. This is obvious. What I want to happen is I want the Ravens to win. And even more so, what I think is going to happen is I think the Ravens are going to win. I think this one's just clear to me. The Steelers have been mega poo-poo lately.
Mm-hmm.
And could they come out of it? Absolutely. Will it matter? I don't think it'll probably matter. I don't think it'll matter. I think Derrick Henry's going to have a field day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Lamar's just going to throw 40-yard passes to Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews, and it just won't matter.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know that anybody other than J.J. Watt will be able to tackle Lamar Jackson.
That's fair.
So,
well, everything you said was 100% true. The Ravens, in terms of the league, I feel like are the most likely, especially in these playoffs in particular, I feel like are the most likely to play down to competition. Either them or the... Now, the Eagles have been better about that this year, but the Ravens, it feels like every single year they have some questionable losses. They typically have it under wraps come playoff time. They typically lose the teams in coin flip games, but just something to keep in mind that the Ravens have fallen to some teams that are better than, and
yeah,
but
that is
I
true.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I think if there's anybody who's more likely to play down to their opponent's level, it's the Chiefs, bro. For sure.
But they'll still win those games.
Most of the time.
The Ravens don't.
Not always, yeah.
Who I want to win, I feel like it'd be really funny for the Steelers to win. I'm not gonna lie, but
okay.
I honestly have no opinions towards either the Ravens or Steelers. So I'll pick for what I want, and for obviously what I think will happen is the Ravens are going to win. But I want them to win for a more competitive playoff.
I want the Ravens to win for the AFC Championship game between the Chiefs and the Ravens, hopefully.
Yep.
Always want that.
All right, now we got Bills-Broncos, and we got to talk about Bo Nix walked into, his home stadium and put up 38 points against the Chiefs.
Yeah, he sure did.
Fantastic. Just team you gotta look out for.
Yeah.
Yeah, they...
For sure. The Bills should be scared.
They should be terrified.
The Bills should be scared.
In all honesty, Bo Nix has had a fantastic rookie year. 100%.
Yeah, it's pretty good for a rookie.
There's absolutely no disrespect. I genuinely think that the Bills are the best team in the AFC, and there's no reason why they should lose this game.
Wholeheartedly agree. However, I want the Broncos to win.
Because you're scared.
Yes, I am scared of the Bills. I want the Broncos to win. That being said, I do not think they will, but I want them to win. That way, the Chiefs don't have to play the Bills later.
Yeah. One thing that we haven't even brought up in this recording yet is that both our teams are the first seed buys.
Correct.
So Sean's a Chiefs fan. I'm a Lions fan.
Correct.
So, just something to keep in mind. But
right.
So yeah, you said that you'd want the Broncos to win because that would mean that the Bills are knocked out.
Yep.
I'm kind of shaky. I don't really know much about like the Broncos defense, but I know that the Bills defense.
Whoa! You can't jump straight into the division round.
I didn't say Ravens. I said Broncos.
Are you still talking about the Bills and Broncos game?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I thought you switched to the Broncos Chiefs game, which is what I have as what I want.
Broncos Chiefs game?
That's what I have as what I want. I thought you jumped into that. I was like, whoa. You can't go to the division round yet.
Yeah, no.
Okay, all right, keep going. Sorry. I was confused.
So, I don't really know much about the Broncos defense, but I do know that the Bills defense has been relatively shaky. And I feel like Josh Allen is going to have to still do Josh Allen things in order for the Bills to beat the Broncos. I think this game could be a shootout.
Really?
I honestly think that. Bo Nix.
Wow.
Now, that 38-0 game means nothing, but what does mean something to me is the fact he went 26 for 29 or something, which I don't care what D you're versing, that's a stellar game.
He did. He had a fantastic game.
Not only that, he's been the runner-up for Rookie of the Year, I believe, this entire season. And if he's able to just keep his mental state under wraps. I feel like he could go toe to toe against Josh Allen because I feel like the Broncos defense is better. I think. All I know is that the Bills defense has not been that good this year, to my knowledge.
They haven't been as good as they have been in the past.
Yeah. So I feel like this will be a duel of QBs, and it's kind of impossible to not take Allen in that regard.
Okay. Let's go to the NFC.
Yes, sir. So we'll start off with this. Last year, I guess, yeah, last year. But no, in the first meeting between the Lions and Vikings, the Lions won that one.
Yeah.
And the week after, they went and they versed the Rams, and then proceeded to lose that. Back-to-back weeks. And now in their third loss of the year, they are kind of following that same sequence. But did Aaron Donald retire?
Yes.
Gotcha. I think that you see that's why this one's kind of messed up for me. Is just because I have that earlier matchup just stuck in the back of my head a little bit. And the fact that the Vikings, I mean, first of all, just the mental aspect of going from either being in the Lions position now with everything they have, or being in the position they are currently in, where they just had a game on Sunday night. They then had to fly out to LA and then have to play a game on Monday. Now, granted, getting that extra day, I think will be huge for them. But it's just hard to say, in all honesty. I don't know. Can you give me some thoughts? Because I'm still kind of in the middle.
Well, I haven't really watched either of these two teams very much this season. So, what I can only know is, from what I have seen, I watched the Vikings, I think, twice all season.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't perform that well offensively in either game.
Okay.
Now, I have only watched the Rams also a handful of times. They also did not perform very well offensively. So, in my head, I'm not too surprised if this ends up being a coin flip. I would like to say that I would like to say the Rams have some more offensive weapons, but on the other hand, the Vikings also have the best wide receiver of all time.
Right.
So, and I'm not talking about Tyreek Hill, who is actually the best wide receiver of all time at the moment. But, I mean, they got Justin Jefferson, who is number 2, pretty much.
Yeah.
Now, I will say in the Lions game, they did not really throw the ball to Justin Jefferson all that much.
Yeah.
They didn't really come up with any creative ways to get him the ball. And if they do that again, they're going to lose.
Are you So you're probably not familiar with Rams like pass rush this year?
No, not at all.
Yeah. Because honestly, if you would have said no, Aaron Donald had not retired, I was probably going to go Rams, because the Lions genuinely showed the rest of the league how to beat the Vikings on Sunday night, which is
kill Sam Darnold.
Yeah, get in Darnold's face.
Kill Sam Darnold.
He does not have, and I'm not saying this as an insult to them, because I mean, who really would have that mental fortitude to hold on to it that extra second and perform at the same rate?
I mean, legitimately, that's been the problem Sam Darnold's whole career. So he just has not had an offensive line to protect him.
Right.
And this year, when he actually does, it turns out, wow, he's actually, like, first round pick good. Like, wow, yeah. The Jets just did not do anything good with him.
Right.
Because they didn't build an offensive line. I mean, we saw what happens when you don't have an offensive line. in the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Bucks.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you saw what happened. I mean, you put Brady in the Chiefs' position, in Mahomes' position. You switch quarterbacks. I mean, Mahomes is walking out of that game 75 points.
Right.
It's the same deal, and Brady's going to get sacked 9 times, and because this is Brady, he can't run outside the pocket. You know, he's just going to die.
Yeah. What? Why does it say Buffalo Bills?
I don't know. But yeah, so I would not be surprised if this one is much like the Chargers game, and that this is a coin flip. I will say though, what I want to happen is I want the Vikings to win this game.
Really?
I do. Do I think that will happen? Possibly. I would like to say they are the better team, so I'm going to pick them for the upset in what I think will happen as well.
I don't think it's much of an upset.
Yeah, it's not much of an upset, but technically they are the away team, so.
Okay.
But I think statistically it might not be an upset.
I am gonna go back for a second just because I did not pick a team that I wanted to win in the Bills Broncos. That's pretty simple. I want the Bills because I want to get back in the potential Super Bowl as a Lions fan. Anyway, for the Rams Vikings divisional rival, I do not want to see honestly either one of these teams continue going.
Correct. I mean, there's drama either way.
Yeah, there is plenty of drama. This is probably the grossest matchup that we could possibly get into either. Honestly, most of the. In terms of like drama sense and stuff like that, I feel like any team other than the Commanders, maybe.
Sure.
But for this one, who I honestly think is gonna win, much like in the Texans-Chargers games where I said it's going to be a... Was it that game? No, it was the Bills-Broncos game where I said it was going to be a battle of QBs. I'm going to take Stafford over Darnold.
Fair enough.
So I have Lions-Rams. Well, not yet, actually. So now we go on to Buccaneers-Commanders.
Before we get there, I would like to say that, I don't know if you noticed, but my what I want bracket for the AFC in the divisional round, I have a rematch of the Harbaugh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've got a Harbaugh rematch.
That's kind of hot.
I know. All right, that's all I wanted to say.
Okay. Anyways. Bucco Commando.
Uh-huh.
So, Buccaneers, they have gotten plenty of weapons back. Or do we want to go with who we want to win first?
Whatever.
All right, so who I want to win is the Commanders.
Okay, me too.
Realistically, they've been the better team, but I think that's throughout the entire season. But I think that's mostly been due to injuries on the Bucs side. And I'd honestly rather verse a rookie quarterback rather than Baker Mayfield, a quarterback who is one of 2 quarterbacks to beat us this year.
Fair enough.
Not to say I do feel like we would take care of either one team. In fact, in my honest opinion, no bias, I think in the scenarios given to us, I think the Lions have the full capacity and the full ability, and we'll get into that later. But anyway, yeah, I think that the Bucs will probably take this. Unfortunately, just because I think they've been kind of hot.
I think they've won 4 out of their last 6.
Yeah, they've been pretty hot, and
maybe 5.
While I don't like the Bucs as a whole, I think Baker Mayfield's a dog. He's just kind of a beast. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Great guy, it seems. But I think I have to... Yeah, I have to go with the Bucs here.
Okay.
But as I said, I would rather have Commanders because that is realistically who, out of all these teams, I would want the Lions to face.
Sure.
In the divisional.
Sure. I have picked the Commanders to win for my what I want bracket.
Okay.
What I think will happen is I am a big Baker Mayfield fan. So
He's a dog.
I am a Baker Mayfield fan. So that being said, if the Commanders actually come to play, I mean, they could put the smackdown, which is crazy,
Yeah,
but they can.
They could.
They could put the smackdown. And I don't know. Honestly, I think this is one of those games that could go either way as well. You know, I don't feel like this one is super one-sided.
Right.
But I do think probably that it is more likely that the Bucs will win that game. If anything, because of Mike Evans.
Right.
If anything. You know, if they give him the ball.
That was my thought process, because for whatever reason I keep forgetting that Mike Evans is back, and anytime I think of the Bucs, I remind myself that he's back.
Yeah.
He is questionable, but his return date is 12th. So.
I highly doubt that he's...
Yeah, I mean, Jaden Daniels is considered questionable, so...
Yeah, I highly doubt that there's going to be anything that will keep him out of this game other than being physically unable to walk.
Right.
So, I'm going to go with the Bucs for that one.
I might be backtracking a bit.
Okay.
I mean, it's easy for me to pick the Bucs because I know more about them.
Okay.
But the Commanders have been balling this year.
They have. They've been
Do you
going.
know anything about the Bucs defense? How much you know about that D?
No, I don't.
All right, then I don't. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you have to move it again. Move it down
Is
again.
it good?
There you go.
I need one upset. Why not? Why not have the Commanders in there?
All right.
I can see it.
I could see it too.
All right. So, are we ready to move on?
Yeah, to the Eagles.
Got it. So, Saquon Barkley.
Yep. That's probably enough.
And the Packers don't have their star cornerback. Jair, is it?
Jair Alexander?
He's out.
I wouldn't have been able to tell you that.
Like, yeah, he's like done for season, I'm pretty sure.
Ouch.
Jordan Love is coming off an injury that he just got.
Just suffered?
Yeah, they're saying that it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
I guarantee you at the end of the season they're going to be like, Jordan Love needs surgery. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
In all honesty, just based on I could give, under most other circumstances, I could honestly, especially after last year, definitely see the Packers argument and may have even placed the Packers over just because I've obviously seen more of them.
Sure.
Being a divisional foe. But I don't. It would have to take another Nick Sirianni blunder, and on top of that would be his firing if he were to lose this game. I don't think there's any doubt. You
think he'd get fired if he lost that game? I think that's ridiculous.
He was on the hot seat last year after how bad he did.
I think that's also ridiculous.
Do you see how much he gets into it with fans, too?
He's a hot-blooded boy.
Yeah.
All right, so I want the Eagles to win this game.
I want the Packers to win because I'd love to beat them again because I know we would. Because the Packers have only beat like one team over 500 this year.
Okay.
And we're better.
I also think the Eagles will win. So, I want the Eagles to win, and I think they will win.
Okay. Why
Once
do you want
again,
them to win?
Saquon Barkley.
Okay. Don't need much more reason.
Oh, yeah, I don't think there's anything more to say than that. Saquon Barkley. Okay, we're in the
Their
divisional round.
defense also. Well, why do you? Okay, yeah. Well, why do you want them to win? Saquon?
Why do I want the Eagles to win?
Yeah.
I want the Eagles to win.
Because I asked you why you want them to win, and you went Saquon.
Oh, no, that's why I think they'll win.
Yeah.
I want
I
them
think I
to
said that
win
on that.
because it will set up a rematch of the NFC North in the division in the championship game.
Say that. So, let me look at yours. Yours is kind of like awful looking.
Yeah, go ahead. Take a look at my bracket.
Your HDR's on. They can't see it.
Oh, let me
Yeah, my
I
bad.
can't turn that off, so let me
Got it.
just
So, just tell me your
switch.
divisional round matchups.
I'm just going to show you the correct window,
Okay.
which I think I don't know if tell me if this is the one. I don't know what it's actually looking like.
Yeah, that works.
Is this the Broncos and the Chiefs?
No, it's Chiefs, Chargers,
Oh.
those Ravens.
This is the wrong
Lions.
one then.
You failure.
Okay, is it this one? Chiefs, Broncos, Ravens, Chargers.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the right one then.
So you have Lions, Commanders, Eagles, Vikings. Why do you want that?
Because I think the Lions are going to win, and I want the Vikings to win,
I see.
so that it will be an NFC North rematch,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
which would be very cool. That's what I would like to see.
Okay.
Also, I want the Eagles to win because they're my sister-in-law's team, and if they are in the Super Bowl once again, I'll be rooting for them if the Chiefs are not,
Right.
or the Ravens are not.
Yep.
It'd be a very interesting Super Bowl, Ravens Eagles. That's my brother's team and my sister-in-law's team and his wife. So it'd be a very interesting Super Bowl in that house.
Yep.
Very interesting Super Bowl in that house.
So, is that it for the wild card?
I think that's it for the wild card.
Okay.
I think that's it. All right. So this is where it gets very different because we started with the same.
Sure
Now
do.
everything is different. So do you want to start first or do you want me to start first? Because you should let me go first with what I want because what I think is going to happen are the same.
Is this your what you want?
Yes,
I'm
what
looking
you are
at?
seeing is my what I want.
All right, give me your other one. That way I can kind of predict your matchups as well as my match, and you can predict my matchups. What you think would
Okay.
happen? Just very light answers.
So this is what I think will happen. And I think so far right now, you and I, ours AFCs are the same. Our NFCs are very different.
Exactly. So let's just start with what is easy, the AFC.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we just follow the same pattern.
Exactly.
So
So-
I'm going to go do with what I want first.
So you want the Chargers to win?
Well, I want the Chiefs to win. First and foremost, I want the Chiefs to win, and I want the Ravens to win, so that we can have that brotherly contest.
The bias goes crazy.
So we can have the brotherly contest. That's what I want. Plus, I might get to go to this game, which would be
Right.
super exciting to go 2 years in a row. After not going for, 5 years in a row. Be super
Right.
duper exciting. Okay, so that's what I want. I want a Chiefs Ravens AFC Championship. All right, now
Okay.
get to what we think is actually going to happen.
For what I want, it would be Chargers Ravens NFC Championship. AFC Championship.
Correct. You would like another Harbaugh.
Exactly.
That's what I have as my divisional round.
Yep.
I would not be crushed to see that in the championship either.
Really, you wouldn't be crushed if the Chargers beat your Chiefs?
As long as the Ravens are still in it, no, I would not be crushed. I would be pretty hurt.
Imagine
though.
Chargers Bills. Bro, imagine Chargers Steelers. That would be awful.
That would be really disgusting.
All right, so
All right. So,
this is this is your division, boy.
yeah, all right. So, Chiefs and Chargers. What I think will happen is what we're talking about now is I think the Chiefs will probably beat the Chargers again. I
Okay.
think now, especially since we beat them already for one. So, and that was when we didn't have all the pieces we have now. Now we have Hollywood Brown back. Now we have we did not have back then. We have now DeAndre Hopkins. I don't know. I don't remember if we had Pacheco back then. We've
He
beaten him
was out
twice
for a
already.
while.
We've beaten him twice already. So I don't know if we had Pacheco either of those two times. We have Pacheco back. Plus Kareem Hunt has been doing great work.
Yeah.
And yeah, Travis Kelsey back then he wasn't doing all that hot. Travis Kelsey's hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he would be really good. In terms of defense, Nick Bosa really was not an issue. Either two games. So I would like to say that's how it would stay. And as far as I'm aware, he's really the only name on the defense that I even know. So
Gotcha.
Yeah. In terms of what I think the Chargers could do, I mean, Justin Herbert's always going to have that wild card. Plus, I mean, I just don't know any names on the offense of the Chargers.
I mean, they don't really have any names other than
Justin Herbert.
Herbert, Joe Alt, and
Isn't he a lineman? McConkey. Yeah, he's the only good guy.
Yeah.
He's
been
fantastic. He's been fantastic for sure. He could definitely make a mess.
Yeah.
I would hope they put Trent McDuffie on him.
Yeah. In all honesty, for me, it comes down to so the Chargers have a fantastic defense, debatably better than the Chiefs in that regard, and the Chiefs' offense is just overall better than the Chargers' offense. And that's just defense wins championships, but
You got to get
there's
to the
only so
championship
much.
first.
Well, yeah, but I just think this is going to be a game that comes down to offense, and I think the Chiefs will win that battle.
I think if you think it's gonna be an offensive battle, I think it's always a bad idea to bet against Mahomes in a battle of offenses.
Yeah,
I think it's just always a bad idea.
I don't know. It just depends on the offense. Your defense has been balling way more than your offense this season.
That's true, as of late, anyway. It has flipped. The offense has picked up in the past. Well, not last week because that doesn't count, but the past 2, maybe even 3 weeks. It has picked up. Really, since the Bills beat us, it has picked up, and that's just because we got people back. Pacheco's back. Right. Hollywood Brown's back. DeAndre Hopkins was signed.
I'm probably gonna
Kelsey got lit.
Since picking what teams you want to win is much easier, and I don't really have a second bracket I'm going off of, I'm just gonna do my paper bracket at the end and just speed through it. Okay. For what I want to happen.
Okay. I thought you'd been doing that this entire time.
Yeah, no, I haven't been using my paper one.
Okay.
So, because I realized that probably fucks up the seeding with the way it was, so I can't really predict who I want to win if I wasn't really paying attention to the proper seeding when I actually picked the teams I wanted to win.
I see.
Yeah. So,
that's why I just made 2.
Yeah. Bills Ravens?
Bills Ravens.
So, do you want to say who you want to win? I mean,
I already did. I already want the Ravens. Yeah. I already did that. That's done already.
I guess in this matchup between them, who I'd want to win is the Bills for that get back. But For who I think is gonna win, I let me hear your thoughts first.
Okay. All right. So,
You want my raw thoughts? You want me to say? First thing that came to my mind was Ravens.
really,
Yep.
really, okay,
Bills defense has been stinking.
okay,
I'm still standing by that.
okay. Interesting. So, my first initial go-to is this is where the Ravens famously fail.
Okay.
Famously, this is where
That's
the
fair.
Ravens fail. I mean, every year except for last year, this is where the Ravens got knocked out.
Right.
Um, so the Ravens and Bills. I believe this was the divisional round matchup last year. Was the Ravens and Bills, of which the Ravens won.
No. You knocked out the Bills last year.
We did?
Yeah.
Yo, we're so good. Yo, we're so good. Okay,
So that
so
was Burrow's first. No, that was Mahomes' first away game. I'm pretty sure.
it was, and it was in Buffalo. Yeah, it was a huge deal, and I forgot it.
Wow, you suck.
Well, I was distracted by the Super Bowl win, so.
Yeah, and to the previous matchup where Mahomes was like, "That was the worst call ever."
What? When
when
was that?
Mahomes when Mahomes and Allen went into the good game handshake thing, like it was after that Kelsey backward lateral to Kadarius Tony that didn't count because Tony was offside.
Uh huh.
Yeah, and when they went up to handshake, Josh Allen is just like, "Good game, man," and Mahomes is like, "That was the worst thing I've ever seen. That was bullshit.
Really?
Worst call I've ever seen.
That's so funny.
Worst call ever."
That's so funny.
Yeah, Mahomes haters had a field day with that.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
So, you think that the Ravens are going to fail?
I did not say that. I said
Oh,
this is where they famously fail.
okay. So,
I did not say that.
I understand. I thought you were talking about like this was going to be like their breaking point L that they are about to take.
I don't know.
I thought you were making a
No, no, no. I'm not making a definitive statement here yet. I don't know because the Bills and their team are built in an interesting way.
right.
And the Ravens, I feel like this year with the inclusion of Derrick Henry are better than they have ever been. So I think their defense is playing very well also.
Right.
I think on paper the Ravens should probably win this game. I mean, right now that game, that matchup is
The Ravens beat the Bills 35-10 earlier in the season.
They did. And that matchup between the Bills and the Ravens in the divisional round would be. I was going somewhere with that. Now I forgot. I don't remember. I was going somewhere with that. Now it's gone. That's a shame. Darn. Okay. Well, either way, the Bills and the Ravens. It would be. It's an interesting game, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, it's an interesting game. You know, how much can Josh Allen really put the team on his back? I remember this matchup would be the matchup between the two running MVP candidates.
Yep.
Like, who would really win MVP would be the winner of that game. Probably. I mean, probably. I think Lamar is a great runner. And I think he's a good thrower. And I think he's got good targets. I think Josh Allen is more likely to throw interceptions because he will try to force things.
But I feel like Allen will be more likely to put team on his back in that regard.
For sure. For sure. I also feel like Josh Allen is a harder runner to take down once he starts running.
Yeah. How good is the Ravens' run defense?
I don't know.
Rush defense ranking. The Baltimore Ravens are ranked first.
They are the best in the league.
Bills rush. Okay, no, it doesn't have the Bills.
That's crazy. They're the best in the league. I don't know, man. I think that for sure. Maybe even regardless of who wins it, might be the best game of the playoffs.
Yeah, it could be.
I think it will be better than, whoever plays the Chiefs. I think it'll be better than whatever the NFC Championship will be.
Yeah.
I think it might even be better than the Super Bowl. I legitimately think that this Bills-Ravens game might be the best one of the season.
This is the game.
I think it will be the game. It's also possible that whoever will win this game will win the Super Bowl. I will say that the Bills beat the Chiefs earlier in the season, and the Ravens did not beat the Chiefs by a pinky toe.
Right.
In week 1. Granted, that was week 1. But by a pinky toe, they did not beat the Chiefs.
I'm looking at their injury reports.
I mean, honestly, this game is just... It's such a big game.
Okay, they haven't released the injury report for Wildcard, but...
No, it's too early.
Yeah.
I think I just got spit all over my monitor.
God. Okay, so the Bills... Okay, we must have just decided to sit all their players instead.
When, on the Patriots game?
Yeah, but I mean, like, dude, they didn't put them on IR. Why are all these players on IR?
Maybe they're super injured.
Dalton Kincaid, Josh Allen, Amari Cooper.
Okay, Josh Allen is not on IR.
Yeah, there's too many names for this to be.
I can tell you, Josh Allen is not on IR. No matter what. Josh Allen is not on IR.
It said he was.
Well, they're wrong. He's not.
Man, now I'm back to thinking again.
Oh, man, it's such an interesting pick. But will it matter when they face the Chiefs? I think it will. I am going to have to say that I think, purely because I think the Ravens are a more well-rounded team, that I think the Ravens are going to win. Because they are a more well-rounded team. I think now that Lamar has been to a championship, I think now he's not going to get stuck in that slump again. I think because they are a more well-rounded team, I have to say the Ravens.
Okay. So, I know I said Ravens early on, but honestly, I've been so flustered. It just came down to who was 2 and who was 3. And I'm going to go
You're picking the home team.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair
Picking
enough.
at home.
It is a home game for the Bills. You know, that absolutely could play a part.
And it's Bills Mafia.
And it'll
That's
be
like,
in Buffalo, so you don't know what the weather's going to be like in Buffalo
exactly.
on January 26th. They could be in a blizzard.
Exactly.
So, Ravens are from Baltimore though. They're not afraid of the cold.
Not at all.
They're not afraid of the cold. So, that home field advantage, that's why it was so when the Chiefs played the Dolphins last year and even in Buffalo, it wasn't that big of a difference because that's 2 weeks ago they played the Dolphins in negative 26-degree weather. Right. And won. So, whatever they were going to throw at Buffalo wasn't going to matter.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fuck.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
So
we have a championship game. All right. Woo! All right. What do you got for the NFC?
So we got Lions, Commanders.
Hang on, wait. Because ours are entirely different.
Okay.
Ours are entirely different, except for the Lions Commanders game.
Okay, so that one's still the same?
That one is the same. That one is what I want. That's equal to what I want. Everything else is literally different.
All right, so let's do your NFC first.
Okay, so what I want to happen is I would like to see the Lions win the Commanders game, for sure.
I'm looking at the wrong one again. It's fine. So what are your two matchups again?
It's unacceptable.
Okay. So you want the Lions and Vikings. I don't need to see it anymore.
Okay, great. I want the Lions and Vikings. However, I want that solely for the championship matchup. I don't want to, make my sister-in-law upset. I would be perfectly satisfied seeing the Eagles win as well. This is what I want solely for the pure entertainment value that would be the rematch.
Okay.
If we're going based off of what I want family-wise, for sure I want the Eagles to win. But I think the entertainment value would just be unbelievable in the Lions-Vikings.
Yep, that is fair.
Okay. Now, to what I think is going to happen. Are we still doing my things?
Yes.
Okay. What I think is going to happen is we have a Lions-Vikings rematch in the conference, in the championship game. Or the divisional round, sorry. And I think that the Lions will overpower the Vikings once again.
Okay.
That is what I think will happen. I would not be surprised if that's what happened. And in between the Eagles and the Bucks, I think the Eagles will beat them. Once again, Saquon Barkley. Do I have to say more?
Fair enough.
That being said, I would not be surprised if the Bucks won that game.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised, but I do think.
Okay.
I do think the Eagles will win.
Am I looking at the right bracket right now?
I don't know which one you're looking at.
Chiefs or Ravens.
For
and Lions, Vikings, and the NFC champs. So no.
No, you're not looking at the right one. Now you are.
Okay.
So this is what I think. I think the Lions will beat the Vikings. I would not be surprised to see a Vikings absolute comeback. That would be insane.
Yeah.
But I do think the Lions will just outgun them. I think if the Lions played on offense like they do normally, then they'll be fine.
Right.
I think if they play on offense like they did last week, there could be an issue. And I would not be surprised by an upset. Eagles, Saquon Barkley. Need I say more?
Fair enough.
And that is my divisional round.
All right. So, I got Lions and Commanders.
Yep.
It's a pretty easy choice, being a Lions fan. Well, for what I want to happen anyway. But Jaden Daniels is walking into an atmosphere he has never been in before, in my opinion. It's going to be the Lions' first home game of these playoffs where they are, in all honesty, I think we are the favorite to win it all. I don't even think that's...
Win the Super Bowl?
I think we are. I think we are the overall favorite.
Let's check.
I think it was like... No, that was just in the bracket who was picking. I think like 39% of brackets had the Lions winning.
Well, I am currently going to a betting website to see what they think the odds are.
Yeah.
For the most
Now,
likely
the Chiefs
winner.
probably would have finished the number one team in the league had they been unsmart and didn't sit their starters in Week 18. Like they would have probably would have ended up being 16-1, and they would have been number one, and whereas the Lions would have been number two. But I do think that the Lions are the team to beat this year, and I feel like they really showed it against the Vikings when they got Anzalone back. The Lions defense has been struggling like crazy over the past 5-6 weeks. I would say since the Colts game. Since after the Colts game is when it really started to get pretty bad. And getting Anzalone back, I feel like has resolved basically the majority of our defensive issues. Not to say that's perfect, but I don't see the Lions losing this matchup against the Commanders. I genuinely don't know a lot about the Commanders in the first place, but I feel like 90% of people would agree with me when I say that the Lions should and will win this matchup.
So the betting website says that the Lions are the most likely candidate to win the Super Bowl, followed by the Chiefs, then the Ravens,
Good reason.
then the Bills.
The Lions made a statement in that game against the Vikings. Now, it could also show that the Vikings aren't as good as originally intended. I've honestly been high on the Vikings this year compared to their run that they had where they went like 13-4 or something a couple years ago.
Yep.
I've actually been relatively high on them this entire year. They've been a solid team, but the Lions dismantled them.
They did.
And that cannot be overlooked on the Lions side of things, where they just got one player back. Well, I think they got a couple others back, but they got one player back on the defensive, their communicator, their captain, and
Finally.
It made a world of difference. Our red zone defense looked as good as it has this entire season, and when we looked as good as we have been the best team in the NFL.
For sure. I'm gonna throw a sidebar
Yeah.
here. The PlayStation 5 is finally getting black accessories. So they're finally getting a black controller.
Oh, they don't have a black controller?
No, it's all white controllers.
That's garbage.
Everything for the PlayStation 5 has been white until now. They're finally getting a black controller.
That's not true. They got other colors, just not black then, I guess.
Yeah, not black.
That's insane.
Finally,
Alright.
they're getting an official black controller.
Back to the football.
Yeah,
I think I got
Sidelined.
for Christmas. I think I got for Christmas for the controller I gave my brother, because I got him a PS5.
You got him a PS5. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the controller I got them's black.
But it can't be. It can't be.
I'm checking Amazon right now.
There's no way.
I swear to God.
And then it must not be from PlayStation then.
I bought it off PlayStation. I remember searching on Amazon.
There's
PlayStation.
no way.
This is a black.
They
controller.
just announced it. What? They just announced it.
Midnight Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it on December 19th.
How? What?
The funniest part about this is Sean does not own a PS5.
I do not own a PS5. No. There's no way.
Yeah.
I have to find this. Come back to me. I'm never gonna find it again. It was one of those like Google, like things that's on Google, like those like articles on Google. You know.
Right.
I'm never gonna find it again. It's gone. I'm literally never gonna find it again. It's gone, bro. It's gone. There's no way it's coming back. I've refreshed this page 6 times. And it has been different things every time, and I swear to God, bro, it is just gone.
Anyways, let's get back to the video. Right?
It's gone. It's gone. Forget it. It's gone. All right, who's winning the Eagles in the Rams game?
One sec here.
Oh, now we're gonna wait. Now he's gonna check. I'm gonna keep looking then. I have to find it, bro.
Okay. So, based off of these rankings, I don't really have any questions at all. I mean, I've been talking a lot about offense. I feel like this one comes down to more of a defensive battle, in a way. And I just feel like, one, the Eagles are going to clamp. And two, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
So, I think, in all honesty, I think in this scenario, I would want the Rams to win. As much as I would not want to verse the Rams again, I think it would just be really cool to play to go to a Super Bowl. But I think it's got to be the Eagles for who I think is going to win.
I'm never gonna find
that
it.
game. Wow.
Never
Who would have
gonna
guessed
find
a 1 seed and a 2 seed versus a 1 seed and a 2 seed?
That's not what I have.
Oh. What do you have again?
I have what I think is gonna happen is I have a Ravens, Chiefs, Lions, Eagles.
Say it again.
Ravens, Chiefs, Lions, Eagles. At this point, only one of ours is the same, and it is the NFC Championship.
Right.
So, all right. So, who I want to win the AFC Championship? Obviously.
Wow. Who would have guessed?
Obviously is the Chiefs. Duh.
Holy bias.
Obviously, I want the Chiefs to win. And don't even pretend that you don't even want the Lions to win, because you do.
No, I don't. I want the Chargers to win.
The NFC Championship game?
Oh, yeah.
You want the Chargers to win the NFC Championship game?
Yeah?
Well,
I'd rather them over the Eagles.
Well, that's just not going to happen, my buddy. It's just not. And for a Lions-Vikings, who do I want to win the NFC Championship game? I want... hi, are you picking your here? Yes, I am recording. Who do I want to win the NFC Championship game? I want the Lions to win the NFC Championship game.
Yay.
And that way, you and I can have a heated argument. It'd be heated.
Oh, yeah? What would that argument contain? Who we think's going to win?
Yeah, that and probably a bunch of us calling the stupid. Probably a bunch of that.
I think this is the Bills' revenge game.
Okay.
Mahomes knocked out
You legitimately think that?
Allen at uh Bill Stadium. What's their field called again?
High mark.
Hi, Mark. Uh Chiefs not Chiefs and Mahomes knocked out Josh and the Bills at Highmark.
Yep.
Josh Allen is gonna walk into Arrowhead and knock out the Chiefs. There's really not much more explaining to do with these teams other than who we think is gonna win.
Yeah, you should move your screen back down.
My bad.
Nope. Down again. Good.
And in my honest to God opinion, I feel like this is where you just kind of go off hunches.
Really, because I will bring up a quote from you from earlier this season.
Oh yeah, what's that?
When the Bills beat the Chiefs, you said, doesn't matter, you'll beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah, I sure did.
You did say that.
That was prior to seeding knowledge.
Fair. I don't think it'll matter,
I'm gonna
actually.
go with the away game.
Yeah, I don't think it'll matter, actually. But, okay. I suppose. Okay, and this is what you think or what you want?
The Chiefs have been... If we're going based off the Chiefs throughout the entire year, then it's obviously the Bills. But
I agree.
not only do the Chiefs typically turn up in playoffs, they turned it up in the last stretch of the regulars. Who were their last wins against? Like, who were their 3 wins?
They played the Chargers in there somewhere.
What was the score?
I don't remember. Probably a one-score game like all the others. And they played somebody who was supposed to be an opponent, but they actually crushed him. That might have been the Chargers. Steelers. They killed the Steelers.
Okay. One sec. And yeah, no, I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Okay.
Just the obvious pick.
And that's what you think is going to happen or what you want to happen?
I think that's what's gonna happen.
Okay.
And then, who do you think is gonna win Lions Eagles?
Well, let me say what I think is going to happen with Chiefs Ravens.
Chiefs Ravens, got it.
In Chiefs Ravens, I would like to say that I think the Chiefs will win that game. However, I think, in all legitimacy, that the Ravens will win that game.
Okay.
And I think that because the Ravens should have beaten the Chiefs in week 1 when everyone was healthy.
Yeah.
And I think that while there are more pieces now that are healthy on the Chiefs than they have been the rest of the season, with some additions, DeAndre Hopkins wasn't on the team before.
Right.
I do think that the Ravens, who came a pinky toe away from beating them, probably, in week 1, are quite likely to do that again. Put up a similar performance.
Okay.
And I think there have been more downsides throughout the season as the Chiefs play than have been for the Ravens. So I think the Ravens will take that game based off of healthy players and a better defense.
I feel like the Chiefs have been playing in a way that's kind of, for most other teams, you think of it as like, when is their luck gonna run out?
For sure.
But when the Chiefs started to pick it up, it just kind of...
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Dissipated.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Because, like, you know, the Chiefs... I mean, you said it earlier, right? The Chiefs always wake up in the playoffs. Oh, see, now I'm considering changing my answer.
You know, I actually, like, in the, like, earlier weeks of the season, there was a playoff projection, like, for, like, going into that week, this would be the playoff matchups.
Sure.
And it was Chargers and Chiefs. Or, like, I was looking at it, and it was in a situation where, like, it would be very realistic for the Chargers to versus the Chiefs, and I would have genuinely picked the Chargers to win.
Okay.
I'm not even joking.
Wow.
I still think that the Chargers could win that game against the Chiefs.
They could. It's possible on any given Sunday.
If the Chiefs play like they did on any given week this year, then any of their opponents have a chance.
For sure.
I feel like you can't say that about... I don't know. What teams can you not say that about?
None. Any given Sunday literally means it does not matter. Anything could happen. Does not matter what any team's history is. It could happen. It is realistic. We are looking at a Broncos-Steelers AFC Championship game.
Yeah, but if we're looking at a Chiefs versus Chargers game or a Lions versus Commanders game, who is more likely to come away with that victory, in your honest opinion?
The Lions.
Like, that, in that sense, that's kind of what I mean.
I mean, yeah, but also the Chiefs have a stranglehold on the Chargers.
Yeah, but in any given Sunday situations, the Lions have been far better in that regard.
I suppose.
Throughout the season. Now, rankings will never show that, obviously, because both teams are 15-2. They both deserve to be 15-2. They both deserve to be the number one seeds. But one team... Well, the Lions have had a historically good season. They were...
I'm changing my answer. I'm putting Chiefs as to win the AFC. Okay. I'm putting Chiefs solely because of the fact that in so many close games this season, the Chiefs have won. And I mean, they're like 11, and they have won all 11. Even though...
Lucky or not, that's a skill.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. That is what the announcers will call championship DNA.
Yeah.
That is what the announcers will call championship DNA. I'm changing it to the Chiefs.
Even if you have to do nothing to win that game, like the Raiders just deciding to drop the ball.
Yeah. I mean...
just the Chiefs. That's the Chiefs' magic.
Yeah, man.
Black magic.
I mean, that's... It all goes into it. Like, the Broncos missing... having that blocked field goal right at the end to end the game. Right. I mean, anything can happen. All it takes is one mistake. And the deal is, if you're in a situation where all it takes is one mistake...
Yeah, exactly.
Then, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm changing my answer to the Chiefs. I have convinced myself that the Chiefs could win that game.
I think I kind of helped with that.
I think you did. I legitimately think you convinced me that the Chiefs could win.
All right.
Not could, but will. Like, I think you convinced me that the Chiefs will win that game.
So
that would be incredible to be at that game at Arrowhead and have the Chiefs win. Unbelievable.
Should we get tickets if the Lions and Chiefs make the Super Bowl?
Talk to me in 3 weeks.
Do you have any idea how expensive that'd be?
Yes, I know how expensive Super Bowl tickets are. I've
All
looked
right.
every year for the past 2 years.
Oh my god.
I know how
That's
expensive they are.
every year for the past 2 years. What a statement.
Isn't it? And then before that, I checked the other year before that too. Yes, I know how expensive Super Bowl tickets are. And
Let's
yet,
start with.
I still might be buying one if they go. I might. All right, Lions, Eagles. Talk to me.
You talk. Okay. I guess you already have the Lions over the Vikings, yeah.
In my
Super
want
Bowl?
bracket, yes.
Oh, so not. Well, then I want to hear yours first.
No, I want to hear yours first. You're the NFC guy.
Okay. So,
I've been doing enough talking lately. He doesn't feel like talking.
I admittedly have. Well, how much have you followed the Eagles this year?
Relatively, I mean, they're my third team to watch. So, I mean, it depends on what's going on, but I've watched them probably the third most of any other team this season. In order, it's probably Chiefs, Ravens, Eagles, and then probably Lions after that.
All right, so talk to me about the Eagles, and I'll talk to you about the Lions.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Let's go about 'em. They got Saquon.
I was going to say Saquon Barkley. I mean, come
One of the
on.
best defenses in the league.
The Eagles?
All right, I got some.
All right.
So, Lions. Now, obviously, the Eagles also have a fantastic defense.
Mm-hmm.
But and not to say they also don't have a pretty solid passing. But I think the Lions passing is better. And I think the Lions defense overall excels in run defense. That's been for the most part this season our strong suit, or one of. Especially on the defensive side, that has been where we shine. And obviously, we're not going to ever completely just shut down who has been the best running back in the league. But if there is a team who is going to limit them in terms of rush defense, I think that team could and will be the Lions. What do you think?
I think it doesn't matter how good your run defense is. I think Saquon's still going to run over you.
I think it does make an impact.
For sure. I still don't think it'll matter. It will impact it, but I don't think it will matter. I do think that the Eagles' pass is not as good as the Lions' pass. I do agree with you on that.
I don't know much about the Eagles' pass protection, but the Lions have been lacking in that department for.
I will also say that the Lions' defense is extraordinarily banged up.
It's definitely better now.
It is better, for
Showed
sure.
it in the Vikings game.
Absolutely, but you also played. You also played the Vikings.
Okay.
It's
So,
not like you played Josh Allen.
So there is rumors that Hutchinson could be back for this game as well.
That'd be exciting.
That would be huge.
That would be huge.
Him on top of, now granted the Eagles have a fantastic O-line, but if we have him on top of Zadarius Smith, I think we're gonna break through. At least once or twice on critical plays.
So I will also say there is something to be said for both of these teams being the most aggressive teams in the league on fourth downs.
Yeah.
I will say if I have to pick a team to trust on fourth down and I'm going to say 2 or less, I'm going with the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Solely because now, and I get it, Jason Kelsey's not in the league anymore, so it's not a guarantee.
Right.
But that brotherly shove, that tush push, still to this day is extraordinarily effective.
One
And
interesting thing to note is that we've still never. I think out of all the teams in the league, I don't think the Lions have even seen the tush push yet.
ever,
Not to my knowledge. When's the last time we?
Lions versus Eagles. September 11th of 2022.
oh, so you haven't seen it yet. I think that's even worse of a sign for you.
Or, I mean, our D line is pretty banged up. Yeah, I'm not sure if we can stop that aspect of it.
Yeah, I think that is a worse thing for you then if they have not ever seen it. Like, you can practice it all day long, but you can only practice it with Jared Goff.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can make the argument that it hasn't mattered for any of the other teams. So you really just have to go based off of, are they able to stop them? It's not a matter of have they seen it before, really.
Well,
it's not in my opinion. It's
it
just
is
a
a matter.
flip. It's a tug of war.
Yeah,
that
but
the
it does
Eagles have always
matter.
won.
It does matter if you've seen it before, because if you have never actually experienced it in a game, when it actually happens to you, you can prepare all day long. But until it happens,
What teams have genuinely stopped the tush push? I don't think a single team in their division.
I think they have legitimately been stopped maybe 3 times. Maybe. All season. In the past, 2 years. Maybe 3 times. Maybe 5.
So, maybe, with the luck of God, a team that hasn't seen it yet is one of the few teams that could possibly stop it. I feel like that's
For sure.
more of a probability than saying a team that has seen it but not been able to stop it in the past has a chance at. Because we've already seen them try to stop it and they can't.
See, it's possible. I'm not going to go and mathematically prove that it's more likely or not. All I'm going to say is it is very different to practice it than it is to experience it.
Yeah.
So
One thing I
don't
wanna
think.
say- now, but I think that a lot of the Lions, well, not a lot, but we will have still some defense of pieces coming back.
Mhm.
And during that stretch, I still think we're going to get our points against the Eagles.
I agree.
During that stretch, where we had defenders, and fun fact, in the last 5 games of the regular season, we had 3 games where we let up 30 points. And prior to that, we hadn't let it up the entire season.
Yep.
And the Lions average 30 points a game. Somewhere around there.
Yep.
I feel like this matchup, I just feel like it favors the Lions. And I don't know. You can call bias on that, but I just don't see the Lions losing this matchup.
Okay. I think I might call you out on bias on that one because I definitely do see it. Not only do I see it, I would not be surprised.
Well, I'm not going to say I wouldn't be surprised, but I do feel confident in the Lions' abilities to take care of business.
That's fair. I also feel confident in the Eagles' abilities to take care of business. I feel confident in both. I think this game will end.
I feel like it's not biased to say that it's going to... That obviously passing is going to get more yards for the Lions, and I feel like that is going to be taken advantage of more than Saquon Barkley's ability to run with the Lions' run defense. I feel like we'll get those key stops.
It's possible. For sure. It is possible. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I
So-
feel like this game will end. Whoever has the ball last will win that game.
I thought you were gonna say in a tie.
No. I feel like that game will end. Whoever has the ball last will be the winner.
So, are you gonna predict who wins the coin toss?
No, I'm not going to predict who wins the coin toss. No, but I do
Alright.
think that whoever ends that game with the ball will be the winner.
Okay.
I don't know who I want to pick for this game. Who I think will win.
Well,
I think
that's
there's
my bracket right there.
I think there's always something to be said for the home team. But I also know that the Eagles don't really care about being underdogs. And neither do the Lions. It's a very interesting matchup.
You say about like you would take the Eagles on a 4th down, which I can definitely agree with. Like you said, like 2 yards. But if you're in the end zone on 4th down, I feel like I'd rather have the Lions.
It depends. Am I 4th and goal from the 2?
No, I'm just talking about red zone, 4th down. Which
It
Dan
depends.
Campbell.
Are we at the 4th?
Dan Campbell-
Are we at 4th and 2 or more than that?
Probably more. I don't know. I'm just talking any given scenario. So
I don't know. That's gonna be quite the game.
it will be.
That's gonna be quite the
be.
game.
It will be a great game.
Yeah, that's gonna be quite the game. I am gonna pick. I've only got one upset in the NFC at the moment.
I feel like this isn't an upset either way.
I think it's an upset.
If the Eagles win.
Yes, I think that will be an upset.
Okay.
The Eagles are expected to be 5th to win the Super Bowl right now. So
This is a matchup of the best defense versus the best offense.
it's gonna be quite a game. I want to pick the Eagles, but also I want to pick the Lions. And I can't go based off of like, oh well, this quarterback has been in this situation before and this one hasn't, because they've both been here.
Yeah.
But the
I also
Eagles,
think overall
the Eagles have never lost a championship game.
NFC champ.
Mm-hmm. At least I don't think so.
Dude, the Lions are out for vengeance. this year,
Yeah, I
man.
know. I don't know that the Eagles have ever lost a championship game. Boy, this one's really... Oh. I might have to coin flip this one. This one's hard. I don't know why, but I'm feeling Eagles on this. I'm feeling the Eagles winning that game. I'm feeling that upset. That's not what I want, but that's what I'm feeling.
I really do feel like it's just going to come down to if the Lions can stop or slow down Barkley enough to get their scores up above him.
It might be.
Because I can definitely see the Eagles having to settle for field goals. Whereas I feel like with the Lions, that won't be as much of an issue.
See, here's what I can see from the Lions. I can see the Lions going for it on 4th down and not converting.
Well,
Several times.
you could say that for any matchup, I feel like.
No, I can't say that for any matchup because only Dan Campbell goes for it as much as Dan Campbell.
I mean, any matchup the Lions have against another team. Like,
Oh.
You could say that for Commanders.
I mean, yeah, for sure. But I feel like this is the game where Dan Campbell, like last year, will be too aggressive and not take the field goal like he should.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking Eagles. I'm locking in.
Okay.
I'm locking in. That's what I think is going to happen. So now we got our Super Bowl matchups. Now our wants are the same. Like I want and what you have.
Well, all right, I'll do my wants. One sec. So I'll do my want super quickly.
Okay.
Chargers,
Mm-hmm.
and then I want Chargers again.
Crazy.
Well, I can't do that yet. I'm gonna pick Steelers because, in all honesty, I haven't ever really been the biggest Ravens fan.
Okay.
And honestly, just this team I'd love to see on their downfall. Anyway,
The Ravens?
I
That's
like-
crazy.
I like Josh Allen's.
I like Josh Allen.
Allen's. Yeah. I'm still gonna go here because, not gonna lie, I want to shove that in your face.
Okay, believe it. I believe it.
You can't even blame me for that.
Nope, I believe it.
And then I gotta go with the Harbaugh.
Oh,
So
for sure.
that's
The
the
Harbaugh.
same. That's the same, I think.
Gotta go for the Harbaugh.
And then I got Chargers there. Rams, Vikings. I don't like Jefferson, and I don't mind Stafford at all. I actually love Stafford still, so respect the dude. It's not gonna matter when we would hypothetically beat them because the Lions are gonna end up here. But at the end of the day, Mayfield's a dog, and Jaden Daniels is gonna be here. I think he's gonna be here and be here to stay, assuming he doesn't go back like Stroud did. Yeah. Just based off of your last pick, I'm gonna go Packers. Go Pack. I want to kick their ass. Then, I think this would be really cool for us to beat them in, and then yeah, there we go. You got the Lions winning the Super Bowl. That would be my official want bracket.
Okay, my official want bracket is obviously Chiefs over Lions.
Right now, in any other circumstance, I honestly would pick the Steelers over because one, they would. I mean, I already explained it earlier, but two, they probably continue to praise Tomlin even though he is consistently just kept them in meh for years. I think don't get me wrong, he has done good with what he's been given and whatnot, but at the same time, dude has been stuck in meh forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So, Lions Chargers Super Bowl is a want. With the Lions winning, obviously, with, let's just say, 69.
69 total points in the entire playoffs. In the whole playoffs.
Oh, it's for the whole playoffs. Jeez, that's a lot. What was the average this year?
I don't know.
Whatever, I'll do it for my other one. So,
I wasn't even
there's
going to do
picks
that.
right there. Yep.
All right, so that's your want bracket.
Yep, I'm going to close that.
Okay.
And now, we are here.
What do you actually think is going to happen?
What do you actually think is going to happen?
And
This hypothetical
I don't
matchup?
have your same bracket, so
Who do you have? Eagles, Chiefs?
I have Eagles Chiefs.
So, in your hypothetical matchup, I'm going to take the Eagles.
Okay. Why?
You said a lot of good points in that Lions-Eagles one.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like, well, yes, the Chiefs have been great this year. I feel like this is a little bit of a fizzle year for them. Not to say they won't pick it back up. I think they'll be... I feel like the Chiefs will be better next year with a worse record. And then probably win again.
Okay.
But I think this year's kind of a fizzle year. And I definitely see the Eagles taking that. I would take either one of these NFC teams in all honesty.
Really?
Yeah.
You think every single NFC team in the playoffs right now?
No, I'm talking about the Eagles and Lions.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, bro, you see the Commanders.
The Packers.
talk about the Commanders. Like the Packers aren't the worst team in the not in the NFL, in the playoffs this year.
I don't think they're the worst team in the playoffs this year. I think
Going
if they,
into it, no, I think going into it they are.
I think if they weren't playing the Eagles, they would have a better chance of winning.
I
Like if they were to play
I
the
don't-
Rams, I would pick the Packers.
I don't think they're beating any of these teams under their current circumstance with Jair Alexander. Love, I don't care. He's not. I don't see him. He did not look 100%. I just don't see it. I don't think he's 100%.
That's fair.
I think under these circumstances, the Packers don't beat any one of these teams.
Okay.
They could beat the Steelers.
Yeah. And the
I
Broncos.
honestly think the Steelers are the worst team in these playoffs.
I don't think that's an incredibly wrong thing to say.
Yeah, no. They just had a hot start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're like last year's Eagles, but
Yeah.
the Eagles were obviously better last year.
Yeah.
And the Steelers have just kind of lingered forever. So
Yeah. They've had a bad month.
yeah.
But
So-
it's never too late to turn around.
Nope. So what's your opinions on the Eagles Chiefs?
So in Eagles Chiefs, I think if the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl, they're going to win the Super Bowl. Pretty much regardless of who is in the Super Bowl. I think if the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl, they are going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I also would not be incredibly shocked to see the Eagles win that. Because Saquon Barkley. I will
Right.
also like to say the Chiefs also have a very good run defense. Do I think it would stop Saquon Barkley? No, probably not. Do I think it would help? Absolutely. I will also say that Derrick Henry, the second best running back in the league, ran for like 40 yards in the matchup between the Chiefs and the Ravens in week 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it would be impossible. I think it has come to the point where betting against Mahomes is like betting against Brady
Okay.
in the Super Bowl. I just think that's the way it
See-
is.
At this point, I don't see Mahomes losing anywhere other than the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like I don't know. To me, it just makes more sense to me.
That's interesting.
I mean, I guess the only one he did lose in the Super Bowl was to Brady,
It was.
and the other two was it one or two others in the AFC champ?
2 in the AFC Championship.
1, 2. Holy, why am I blanking? I don't even remember.
1 to Joe Burrow and the Bengals,
Duh, that was the one I was thinking.
and the other to Tom Brady.
Oh, Patriots, duh.
Mm-hmm. The other one was to Tom Brady.
I see.
I don't think that when they get to the Super Bowl, they will lose.
I am fully confident that the Lions can beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Do I think they can? Absolutely.
Well, I mean it in a sense that if they were to verse, then the Lions would win. That's what I mean. I mean, it's not crazy for me to say that
No.
I think that the Lions are the best team in the NFL this year.
No, it's not. Not at all.
With that logic, I just don't see them, especially with a mix of the way we went out last year, the fact that we even made it to that point last year, and we're better than we were last year. And we have more, there's just more urgency. You can feel it when we play. Like, when we're going out, when we're versing bad teams, we're kicking their ass. When we go out versing good teams, we're still winning.
Yeah.
We had Like, we had the most wins of any other team where the other team has 8+ wins. We swept our division, which has that's 4 wins right there alone in 8+ win. Hell, 11+ win teams.
Yeah. I would say the Chiefs also swept their division, but they gave up against the Broncos last week, so
Yeah, that's fair.
it doesn't count.
I picked the Lions last year against the Chiefs in my bracket.
You did.
I'm sticking especially now by that. I had this thought since I saw the playoff. In all honesty, if the Lions would have lost last week, for one thing, if it wasn't for that performance last week, that didn't solidify my thought process. But if we would have lost, I could have genuinely had us out in this round. 100% could have. But
Against the Rams.
by this point, you have to think about who's going to be back. Hutchinson will, 90% be back for this Super Bowl.
Right.
Lions Super Bowl.
Okay. All right, and those are our brackets.
So you have the Chiefs winning over the Eagles. I have the Lions winning over the Chiefs.
Yeah,
You have
what
the
I think
Chiefs
will
winning
happen.
their third straight, and you have the and I have the Lions breaking that 2-year streak.
You do.
In what I feel would be the most fitting way possible to win a Super Bowl. Especially the first for a franchise that hasn't won
That would be an incredible way to do it.
ever. Exactly. I've
That
literally
would be
had
an
that.
incredible way to do it.
Sean, I've been having that played in my mind since after that game, week 1, where I basically texted you and said, I'll see you in the Super Bowl.
For sure. Yep.
I've had this exact thought process with all the confetti, that Honolulu blue. Call it bias, but there's only so much bias you can call it when the Lions have had the best offense in the league.
Yeah, they've been red hot.
Exactly.
Red hot. Just like I'm hoping the Chiefs will be throughout the playoffs.
Yes, sir. So how many total points do you think there will be?
I don't know. 472?
You want to do score projections? Oh, the Rams versus Vikings.
No, I don't care.
And John, but get your calc out.
No.
All right. I'll probably do that after we get
I can safely say there will be at least 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I can confidently say at least 10.
At minimum.
Correct. All right, well, those are our brackets. So we'll have to make another one next week,
Yeah.
We'll have to start all over.
Well, there's 15 matchups, and the lowest scoring game can be 2-0, so you're wrong. At minimum 30.
That's not true. The lowest scoring game can be 1.
Ow.
There is a 1-point play in the NFL. There's only one. It has never occurred. Huh?
That's not true. There's a PAT.
There's a 1-point offensive play.
And what is that?
It requires I don't know exactly how it works, but it requires a team to snap a ball, fumble it in the end zone, have it be recovered by the defense. That defense will then run it all the way to their end zone, fumble the ball at the whatever yard line. That ball fumbles into the end zone. It is recovered by the now defense team, who was the original offense team, for a touchback. That results in 1 point.
You want to know what's crazy, though? Is that it's still at minimum 15, you nerd.
Hey, you don't know that.
Yes, I do. It can't be 0-0.
Actually, it's 13. Get it right.
It's 15.
It's 13. There's 13 matchups.
No.
Count.
6? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 13. And
Well,
by
you
the way,
said
13 is at least 10.
No, then I said minimum, and you said yeah.
Yeah, 10 minimum.
Sure.
Do you know that
All right.
anything above 10 is at least 10, including 10?
Something like that.
There will be at least 10 points scored. I can say with 100% certainty. Okay, 99.999% certainty. That there will be at least 10 points scored.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What's been like the average amount of points per game this year?
I don't know.
Let me look it up.
I have to guess at least 10.
Average points per game, NFL. Okay, so it's somewhere around like 22.
Boy,
So about 45 per game.
I really hope this website updates next week so it's just the divisional round.
Yeah, I'd say about 45 points a game.
Wow.
So 45 times 13.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
480. No. 445. No, 465. Wait. 45 times 13? Oh, 90, 135. 135. 585.
So it's actually around like 42.
Oh, 42. 42, 84, 90, 6, 126, 42, 120, 546.
All right.
So I'm gonna go down to 321.
Okay. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Can you go back up? Yay. All right.
I think that this has been successful.
This sure has been a use of our time.
Indeed, indeed.
All right. Well, I guess I'll see you next week. Hopefully. Yeah. I mean, either way, we'll do it next week. I just don't know if we'll be able to do it on this website.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, that was fun.
Yep.